What's up, everybody? I'm Daemon Hatfield here with Ryan McCaffrey, and we've just got word that EA is buying Respawn, developer of Titanfall 1 and 2, and apparently 3,
yes, and
a as-yet-to-be-named Star Wars game, in a deal that is reportedly worth up to $455 million. Ryan, what do you think of this news?
Well, I think it's a great move for EA in the sense that you're locking down what is some of the best development talent in the industry. I mean, you got to remember, a lot of folks forget that the Titanfall team that makes up the core of Respawn, you know, they've since added on with the third-person Star Wars action game that they're doing now, but it's the original Call of Duty team.
Right. That,
you know, there was the whole lawsuit and they all left and they more or less all reformed as Respawn, hence the name Respawn. So you've got a really, really talented group of people that are just proven themselves again and again, and for EA, this gives them a chance to lock that up for the near to long-term future. Just a supremely talented group that you know is going to deliver you an awesome game every single time.
We should note there are apparently no layoffs involved in this deal.
Right.
Vince Zampella will remain in charge of Respawn, and work will continue on the Star Wars game and the next iteration of Titanfall.
Yeah, they just sort of stealth announced Titanfall 3, but not in name, but they were like, oh yeah, they were working on a Star Wars game and the next entry in the Titanfall series, which we assume.
Yeah, and Respawn's statement said that this gives them access to the full resources of Electronic Arts to make the best games possible.
Yeah, so what's interesting about that is to the best of my knowledge, every single wholly EA-owned developer has to use Frostbite, the internal technology, to power their games. But Respawn is the Titanfall engine is based on Source, Valve's Half-Life engine, Source. And then from the reports I could find, this isn't 100% confirmed, but all accounts are that their Star Wars game runs on Unreal Engine 4. So I wonder if presumably that will continue, but that's one interesting little thing to look at going forward.
Little side note there. Now, Titanfall 2, great game last year.
One of the best.
That underperformed commercially.
EA's own damn fault.
A lot of people would put the blame on EA for releasing it smack dab in the middle between, just weeks in the middle between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty.
Directly between.
So you don't think, it doesn't seem like EA is holding that against Respawn. Maybe EA realizes its own error.
I would hope so. I mean, and I don't think you pay, you make a $455 million deal unless you're accepting that responsibility. Because if you're going solely based on the sales of Titanfall 1 and then certainly Titanfall 2, you probably don't make that kind of offer and make that kind of deal, I would think.
That's true. Well, as you mentioned, Respawn is a very talented developer. We're very interested to see what they have been working on with Star Wars and Titanfall. Let us know what you think about this news in the comments below. And for much more on all of these game publishers, developers, and games, stay tuned to IGN.